भगिनी।
ॐ वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शान्तिः।
धन्यवादाः, बहु सम्यक् रीत्या उक्तवती। तत्र गुरुर्ब्रह्मा, तत्र गुरुर्ब्रह्मा न भवति, गुरुर्ब्रह्मा भवति। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा तत्र विसर्गसन्धि भवति, गुरुः ब्रह्मा इति खलु। तदेव, बहु सम्यक्, उत्तमं, धन्यवादाः। अद्य प्रथमं तु एका सूचना, अग्रिमवासरे रिविजन् क्लास् भवति, तदनन्तरं तु रिविजन् टेस्ट् भवति। यतः कक्षा दशकक्षा अभवत् इदानीं, तदेव अभवन्। तु अद्य किं कुर्मः, अद्य तप्रत्ययमध्ये एव किञ्चित् अधिकं अभ्यासं कुर्मः। तदेव अद्यतनकक्षायाः प्रयत्नः। तु तप्रत्ययः इत्युक्ते किम्? इदानीं किं चिन्ता नास्ति विजय महोदय, सर्वे सम्यक् एव भविष्यति, चिन्ता मास्तु। तु तप्रत्ययः तत्र प्रयोगः कः, तत्र किं कथं करणीयं, सर्वम् एकवारं किञ्चित् पुनरावर्तनं कृत्वा अग्रे गच्छामः। In the revision test, it's basically the last 10 classes, all that was done. Tatra, has the last revision test covered Sandhi? Did we do Sandhi in the last revision test? Do you remember? Anybody? Rajshri Mahodaya, Kanchan Mahodaya? Anybody remember?
I think we did. Not much, little bit.
No, so it was not finished, is it? Was it only the Swara Sandhi that was done?
Yeah,
Okay. So then this revision test then will cover the rest, all the Sandhis. Then it will also cover the Karmani Prayoga. Karmani Prayoga in Lat, in Lang, and the Bhuta Kridanta. Bhuta Kridantas are Ta Pratyaya. That's all. Okay. So other than that, there is nothing much. You should still know your Visheshya Visheshana Bhava. You should still know all of that. All that will be pulled in, but not too much. So it should be okay. By the way, was the last homework okay for the Karmani Prayoga Ta Pratyaya homework?
Mahodaya, I have doubts on homework 39. I didn't submit it, but
okay.
The first sentences I would like to talk about.
Fine. So at the end of class, we'll stay back for half an hour, or I can stay back for half an hour, and we can do that together. We can go over the whole homework together, no problem.
39 only. 40 I haven't started, so I'll do 39.
Chinta nasti. The homework is not for marks anyway; it's for our understanding. So we'll work through it together, no problem. So adya kim kurmah? Prathamam tu कर्मणि प्रयोगः इत्युक्ते किं? कर्मणि प्रयोगः इत्युक्ते तत्र एकनिमिषं क्षम्यताम्। कर्मणि प्रयोगः इत्युक्ते किं? तादृशम् आगच्छति प्रश्नः चेत् कथं लिखामः? उत्तरं, समाधानं कथं लिखामः? कर्मणि प्रयोगः इत्युक्ते किं? तत्र कर्तरिप्रयोगात् भेदः कः इति एकः प्रश्नः अस्ति। कथं समाधानं लिखामः?
कर्तरि प्रयोगे कर्तृपदं प्रधानम्
आम्
क्रियापदं कर्तृपदम् अनुसरति
सम्यक्
कर्मणि प्रयोगे कर्मपदं प्रधानं
सम्यक्
क्रियापदं कर्मपदम् अनुसरति
बहु सम्यक् कर्मणि प्रयोगे कर्तृपदस्य किं प्रयोजनं कथं लिखामः कर्तृपदं कथं लिखामः विजयमेनन् महोदय वदतु कर्मणि प्रयोगे
तृतीया विभक्ति अस्ति
सम्यक् किमर्थं तत्र बालकः पाठं पठति पाठः पठ्यते
बालकेन पाठः so it is action done by the karta
वाहनमस्ति बालकः एव वाहनमस्ति साधनमस्ति तेन साधनेन एव तत्र भवति तत्र तत् कार्यं भवति तु अग्रे किं लट् लकारे सुलभरीत्या पठ् इति धातुः अस्ति चेत् तत्र कर्मण्यां कथं लिखामः पठति इति कर्तर्यां तु कर्मण्यां कथं मञ्जुषा महोदय
पठ्यते
पठ्यते समानरीत्या महोदय भवति एव लङ्लकारे कथं
लङ्लकारे अपठ्यत
बहु सम्यक् तत्र आत्मनेपदी
रूपाणि
सम्यक् आत्मनेपदीरूपाणि एव भवति तत्र मध्ये यकारः आगच्छति आगमः भवति तत्र बहु सम्यक् उत्तमं राजश्री महोदय तत्र त प्रत्ययः कुत्र किमर्थम् आगच्छति
प्रत्यय कर्मणि प्रयोगम्
यदा उपयोगं कुर्मः आम्
यदा उपयोगं कुर्मः तदा लङ् लकारस्य स्थाने कर्मणि इक्तप्रत्यय भवति
सम्यक् तत्र भूतकृदन्तः इति उच्यते तत्र कृदन्तः कृत् प्रत्ययः इति अस्ति तत्र कृत् प्रत्ययः इत्युक्ते किं तत्र धातुः अस्ति चेत् धातोः कृत् प्रत्ययस्य योजनेन तत्र नामपदं भवति किमपि कृत् प्रत्ययः so there are two one which you add so you have a dhatu if you have a verb root and you add a pratyayah and it becomes a namapadam a noun form those are all called krit pratyayas there are many krit pratyayas okay like the lut so you have khad that becomes khadanam that is also krit pratyaya anytime you take a dhatu and you add something and it's not a lakara form it becomes a namapadam form it becomes a subantam then it is called a krit pratyaya so this is a bhuta kridanta okay it's called a bhuta kridanta now in the bhuta kridanta for karmani prayogah we have ta pratyaya in kartari prayogah Rajshri Mahoday what is the equivalent bhuta kridanta bhuta means bhutakale bhuta kridanta samyak tavatu so we have the equivalence between the tavatu and the ta pratyaya when we go to the tavatu form so gatavan it is very easy to go into the ta pratyaya what do we have to do what is the formula
just remove one
samyak remove one and we have gataha now in the tavatu pratyaya it is harder because the pratipadikam is gatavat it is a takaranta pratipadika so it is actually harder to do all the vibhakti forms in the tavatu form in the ta form on the other hand gataha is an akaranta pullinga gata is akaranta strilinga very easy formations and in napumsakalingam gatam again akaranta napumsakalingam we know those forms very easily because those are the first forms we've memorized so ta pratyaya is very very easy to use as long as we use it correctly we have to remember that it is in karmani prayoga now there are further things in ta pratyaya which today for some reason we are not going into that yet but probably we'll do that right after the revision test okay so right now we are focusing purely on karmani ta only karmani ta okay we will go into other examples later so when you look at your parichaya pustakam in your parichaya pustakam there will be other ta usages which are not in karmani. So leave those out for now. Okay, if you read those, leave those out for now. Don't worry about it. We will go into it in detail after the revision test so that we are not confused. In the revision test, we want to only cover karmani. Okay, so at this point in time, let us dig a little bit deeper into this ta pratyaya and tavatu pratyaya. Okay, so idanim prathamam tu kim asti? Prathamam tu ekanimsham. I made this exercise. So I told you guys, remember that the patitavan, if we say patitavan, gatavan, the pratipadikam is patitavat. Okay, patitavat, takaranta, pumlinga rupam. Pumlinga rupani bhavanti tatra. So patitavan, patitavantau, patitavantaha, bhavan, bhavantau, bhavantaha. Then sambodhane tatra patitavan, patitavantau, patitavantaha. So the a drops and it's just patitavan. Okay. In Dvitiya Vibhakti, it is just like bhavantam, bhavantau, bhavataha. Patitavantam, patitavantau, patitavataha. Just like bhavan, bhavantau, bhavantaha, bhavantam, bhavantau, bhavataha. Right? Bhavata, patitavata, bhavadbhyam, patitavadbhyam, patitavadbhihi, patitavate, patitavadbhyam, patitavadbhyaha, patitavataha, patitavadbhyam, patitavadbhyaha, patitavataha, patitavatoho, bhavatoho, patitavatam, bhavatam, patitavati, bhavati, patitavatoho, patitavatsu. Okay, so there are, because it is a subantam, because even though when we use saha patithavan, we are doing it kriya sucheti khalu. It shows an action that he was reading, but it is not a lakara form. It is a nama padam. It is a subanta form. In a sentence, the minimum requirement is there should be something in prathama vibhakti and, well, not prathama vibhakti. Sometimes there is no prathama vibhakti in bhave prayoga, but there should be a kriya padam for sure. There is no kriya padam here. Balakaha pathitavan. So there we know that there is an adhyahritam kriya padam, which is balakaha pathitavan asit or asti. Yeah, you can use both. Balakaha pathitavan asit means the boy had read. Balakaha pathitavan asit means the boy had read. Balakaha pathitavan asti means the boy has read recently, recent past. Okay, so there is a difference in which verb you use also. Most of the times we are using asit. That also we have to go into more detail about that. But which padam you want to use, which asit or asti, that also we can be more clear in when it happened. Okay, it is still in bhutakalam, but is it in the near past or is it in the far past? That's what we want to say. Okay, we can use asit or asti. Both will signify two different things. So over here, there is this thing that we have to remember. So tavatu pratyasya visheshya visheshana bhavaha bhavati. So balakaha grantham patitavan iti asti chet tatra patitavan balakaha asti. The boy who had read is there. Avagatam va? Did that make sense? Did that statement make sense when I said that? Balakaha grantham patitavan. That means when we look at that statement, what do we think? We think the boy read the book. Correct? But that patitavan is actually a visheshanam of the balakaha. It is stating the state of the balakaha. What is the state of the balakaha? That he had read. Okay. So the boy who had read is there or was there. Does that make sense? It is describing the state of the boy. So balakau grantham patitavantau. So that means actually grantham patitavantau balakau staha. So the two boys whose state is what? That they had read the book. They are present. Iti asti. Tatra. Balakau staha. Idrishau balakau patitavantau balakau. Grantham patitavantau balakau. It is describing them. Okay. Does everybody understand that? Okay. Grantham patitavantaha balakaha santi. Balakaha santi. That is our mula vakyam. ईदृशाः बालकाः पठितवन्तः बालकाः. That is what the Vishesha Visheshana Bhava of the Tavatu Pratyaya. So there is a little exercise that I have written. So Ekaha, I'll do the first one. And then what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll all do this. Okay? It's as simple or as difficult as we want to make it. Okay? So Balaha asti. Balaha asti, Balakaha asti, I don't mind. Okay? So we all know our 7 simple, we are doing only Ekavachanam forms. Okay? 7 simple sentences. We know this. Balaha asti. This is the first one. Balaha asti. Okay? Then we have aham, or you can say sa balam pashyati. Because I want Dvitiya Vibhakti. You can use any sentence, use Dvitiya Vibhakti. Asti. Sa balam pashyati. Kshamitam. Pashyati. Okay? Then we've got, so let me put this in bold. Sa aham balam pashyami. What am I doing? Kshamitam. Aham balam pashyami. Then in Tritiya Vibhakti, what will be? Aham balena saha
Gachami.
Gachami. Gachami. Okay. Then Chaturthyam Vibhaktyam Katham.
Aham balaya dhanam dadami.
Aham balaya dhanam dadami. Very good. Now next. Pachyamyam Vibhaktyam anya kopi.
Aham balat pustakam swikaromi.
Swikaromi. Next. Next one. Shashthyam Vibhaktyam. Manjusha Mahade.
बालस्य नामः
Samyak. Balasya
नाम
Nama Ramaha. Samyak.
नामः
Uttamam. Napumsakalinga Shabdah asti. Khalu? Rajshri Mahade. Saptamyam Vibhaktyam.
Balake buddhim asti.
Balake buddhim asti.
Bale buddhim asti. Buddhihi asti. Khalu? Buddhihi asti. Okay. Idanim. Now we've got Balaha asti. We've taken this Balaha and we've made 7, with the 7 Vibhakti Rupani, we've made 7 sentences. Now we have a Visheshanam of the Balaka. Idrishaha Balakaha asti. Idrishaha Balaha asti.
Patitavan.
Patitavan Balaha asti. So Patitavan. Patitavan Balaha asti. Idanim. Aham Balam Pashyami. Idrisham Balam Pashyami.
Patitwan, right?
Oh, sorry, ma. Sorry. Patitavan Bala. Samyak. Idanim. Aham Balam Pashyami. Idrisham Balam Pashyami.
Patitam balam pashyami.
Patitavantam.
Patitavantam.
Aham patitavantam balam pashyami. Aham balena saha gacchami. Idrishena balena saha.
Patitavata balena saha.
Samyak. Patitavata balena saha gacchami. Samyak. Aham balaya dhanam dadami. Idrishaya balaya dhanam dadami. Vijay Menon Mahodaya.
I don't remember the...
Remember, the simple thing to remember is Bhavan, then you have Bhavantam, you have Bhavata, Bhavate, Bhavataha, Bhavataha, Bhavati.
Patitavate balaya.
Patitavate. It is almost the same across all Halantanta Shabdas. So if you look at the Halanta Shabdas, where the end is the Halantam, then almost all of them follow that pattern. It becomes very easy if you remember that pattern. Okay. Next. Aham balat pustakam swikaromi. Manjusha Mahade. Kidrishat balat.
पठितः
Patita vataha.
पठितवतः बालात्
Balat pustakam swikaromi. Samyak. Rajshri Mahade. Balasya nama Ramaha. Kidrishasya balasya nama Ramaha. Patitavataha. Patitavataha balasya nama Ramaha. Kanchan Mahode. कीदृशे कीदृशे बाले बुद्धिः अस्ति?
पठितवती बाले
पठितवती, सम्यक्, पठितवती बाले बुद्धिः अस्ति. Does this make sense? It is complicated. It is actually in the Shiksha Staram. This is in the Shiksha Staram. This is not in the Lataa stage. But it honestly, it is nothing but this helps underline the fact that this Pathitavan, this Namapadam, is actually the Visheshanam of Balaha. There is no other way to underline and emphasize this fact other than to see it in these sort of sentences. It is very clear here, when you see this, that this Patitavan is describing the state of the Balakaha. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, if you have this Balaha Patham Patitavan, all you have to add here is this Patham over there. So, Patham Patitavan Balaha asti. Aham patham patitavantam balam pashyami. This is a sentence fragment. Patham patitavan balaha. The patitavan and the balaha are in the same vibhakti. Patham stays as patham. It is dvitiya vibhakti because that is the karma padam of this sentence fragment. Does that make sense?
So it will remain in dvitiya all throughout, in all.
All through. Just like when you change prayogas, everything except for the prathama vibhakti shabdaha, dvitiya vibhakti shabdaha and karma kriya padam, everything else will stay the same. Kalu. In the same way, when you have a sentence fragment, or say even when you do tva and lyap, aham bhojanam kritva gacchami. That bhojanam will never change. It will always be in the dvitiya vibhakti. Because it is always related to the kritva. In the same way, the patham is always related to the patitavantam. That it is always related to just that bala, that the boy has read it. Does that make sense? That is not related to the anything else. I am aham balam pashyami madhye tatra pathe along with that patha shabdasya krite tatra anvayah nasti eva. There is no relationship between the patha and me seeing the boy. The relationship is where that the boy has read the book or read the lesson. Does that make sense? Yes or no? You look a little bit confused.
Yeah, can you repeat once again?
Okay.
Patham thing, is it because it's a dvikarmakaha pashyami?
No. See, aham balam pashyami, aham patham pashyami va. Is there any relationship between what I am seeing?
No.
No, I am seeing the boy. What sort of boy? The boy who had read the lesson.
So either the boy who has read or the boy who has read the book or lesson.
Yes, that's it. That patham has anvayaha only with the balakaha, the balaha. It is not related to me or me seeing at all. It is describing the state of that boy. It is part of that description. Does that make sense?
But why will it not change vibhakti? I don't get that. Like patitavantam balam, patitavata balena. Why is it not changing?
Okay, so how would you change it? What would you want to change it into?
Like in the tritiya aham pataha means aham patena patitavata balena, is it? I don't know.
But is patham is it a visheshanam of balaha?
No.
No, it's not.
No. So aham balena saha gacchami. Kidrishena balena saha patitavata balena saha tam patitavata balena saha patham patitavata balena saha gacchami. What had the boy read? Tatra it is still a karma padam, but it is a karma padam of this sentence fragment here.
Oh, acha, you're linking two sentences.
Yes. There are two different sentences where you are linking the two different things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that patham is still the karma padam of that sentence. It is not related to this sentence at all. Does that make sense? Any confusion? You will delve into this much deeper next year, but you see this now, next year you'll find this easy. Okay. So we'll do one more just to see this this Visheshana Bhava of it. Okay. So Sita Asti. Let's do the 7 Vibhakti forms of Sita using Sita, and then we'll put in the Shrutavati. Okay. We'll do it. Tell me. We'll go one at a time. Kanchan Mahoday, Prathama Vibhaktyam, Sita. Okay, we'll go backward. Rajshri Mahoday, Prathama Vibhaktyam. Oh, Prathama is easy. Sita Asti. Okay, we'll go with Sita Asti. Dvitiya Vibhaktyam vadatu Mahoday.
Sita, I mean, you've written Shrutavati, na?
Leave that. That is the state of Sita.
Oh, acha, acha. Okay, okay, okay.
I want just give me 7. We are doing 7 Vibhakti forms of Sita. So, just like we did Balaha. Aham Balam Pashyami. Aham Balena Saha Gacchami. Just like that. Just the main sentence. So, Sita Asti. Idanim Kim Babhavat. What happened? Sa Sitam.
Oh, acha, you want Sitam. Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Anything. Simple sentence. You can still use the Pashyati or, Ahvayati. Anything.
Balakaha Sitam Ahvayati.
Balakaha Sitam Ahvayati. Very good. Very good. Next. Manjusha Mahoday. Tritiyayam.
बालकः सीतया सह विद्यालयं गच्छति.
Samyak. Vidyalayam gacchati. Okay. Vijayamanan Mahoday. Agrimam. Chaturthyam.
I have to continue the same sentence or
Fourth vibhakti for Sita.
okay.
Anything. It doesn't have to be Balaka.
Aham Sitayai, sorry, not Aham Sitayai Dhanam Dadami.
Samyak. Dhanam dadami. Uttamam. Kanchan Mahoday. Panchamyam.
अहं सीतायाः पुरस्कारं न अहं सीतायाः पुरस्कारं स्वीकरोमि.
Samyak. Swikaromi. Uttamam. Agre. Punah. Rajshri Mahoday. Shashthyam. Mahoday. Rajshri Mahoday.
Sitayaha, I can't get anything.
Syutah. Sitayaha Syutah. Bhratah. Kimapi.
Sitayaha Syutaha Shwetaha.
Syutah. Shwetah. Samyak. Agre. Manjusha Mahoday. Saptamyam.
सीतायां धैर्यम् अस्ति.
Sitayam dhairyam asti. Samyak. Dhairyam asti. Okay. Idanim. Vijayamanan Mahoday. Sita asti. Kidrishi Sita asti.
Shrutavata Sita.
Shrutavatava.
Shrutavati. Okay, this is Nadi. Okay.
So Prathama Vibhaktyam katham bhavati?
Sorry?
What will it
Shrutavati.
be?
Shrutavati Sita Asti.
Samyak. Shrutavati Sita asti. Idanim Kanchan Mahoday. Balakah Sitam ahvayati. Kidrishim Sitam ahvayati.
श्रुतवतं
Nadi Nadyau Nadyah.
नदीं श्रुतवतीं
Shrutavatim Sitam
आह्वयति.
Samyak. Balakah Sitaya Saha Vidyalayam Gacchati. Rajshri Mahoday. Kidrishya Sitaya Saha Vidyalayam Gacchati.
Shrutavatya Sitaya Saha.
Samyak. Shrutavatya Sitaya Saha. Samyak. Manjusha Mahoday. कीदृश्यै सीतायै धनं ददामि अहम्
अहं श्रुतवत्यै
सीतायै
सीतायै धनं ददामि।
सम्यक् तदेव अहं सीतायाः पुरस्कारं स्वीकरोमि विजयमणि महोदय कीदृश्याः सीतायाः पुरस्कारं स्वीकरोमि
This is Panchami, no?
पञ्चमी तद् स्वीकरोमि खलु पादान्
Yeah. So Shrutayaha. Is it Shrutayaha?
श्रुतवत्याः श्रुतवत्याः सारी मा वदतु सम्यक् एव चिन्ता मास्तु श्रुतवत्याः सीतायाः पुरस्कारं स्वीकरोमि उत्तमं काञ्चन महोदय अग्रिमं सीतायाः स्यूतः श्वेतः
श्रुतवत्याः सीतायाः स्यूतः श्वेतः
सम्यक् राजश्री महोदय सीतायां धैर्यमस्ति श्रुतवत्यां सीतायां do you see how simple it is when it is a simple sentence? Okay, no, I'm not saying it's going to be simple all the time, but when it's a simple sentence, if you see the basic sentence, right? Sita asti. It is simple when you know that you add it. For ikaranta, we know the nadi shabdaha. So the only thing is right now our brains are not programmed to think like this. But when we know that this is the possibility, we can think like this now. We can understand that this is how we put it into place. Okay, so that's all. It's an ikaranta shabdaha. It is an adjective of the Sita. So we are going to go and put in exactly the same vibhakti of the Shrutavat shabdaha. Shrutavati iti tatra agachati. That's all it is. What will happen to the Geetam? Geetam Shrutavati Sita asti. Hello.
Shrutavati Geetam Sita asti.
Geetam Shrutavati Sita asti. No, it's Shrutavati Geetam Sita asti. Dvayamapi samyak. It makes a little bit more sense to say Geetam Shrutavati Sita. Okay. So Balakaha Geetam Shrutavatim Sitam Ahvayati. Balakaha Geetam Shrutavatya Sitaya Saha. That is again a sentence fragment. So that does not change at all. Does that make sense? Any questions so far?
So, Mahodaya, does it infer that a statement can have more than one object?
This is not saying that this is a Dvikarmaka Vakyam. Very good question. This is not saying that. This is saying this Karma Padam, the relationship of the Karma Padam is to a different part of the statement. Just like Ramaha Gramam Gatva Bhojanam Khadati. Right? There, that does not mean there is a Dvikarmaka Vakyam there. Correct? Ramaha.
No, I understand. What I'm saying is, so there is a possibility other than Dvikarmakaha.
Yes.
There is a possibility that there can be more than one object. That's what I'm
Definitely. When you are mingling two sentences, when you are conjoining two sentences, definitely there is a big possibility that there is more than one karma pada, and it is not a Dvikarmaka statement at all.
Okay.
So just because there are two karma padams, we should not immediately jump to the fact that it is Dvikarmaka. It will not be. Quite a few of the times it will not be.
Right. Okay.
Only for those words like prichhati, those very common words, prichhati, nayati, all of those, sometimes what will happen, for those we will see a lot of Dvikarmaka. But for the more uncommon verbs, it is rarer to see the Dvikarmaka usage. Even if it is a Dvikarmaka verb, but it will not be the Dvikarmaka usage. It will be sentence fragments that are used. It will be a mixing of two different statements. So the idea is that you look at it and you don't immediately try and apply a formula. You don't look at a statement in Sanskrit and try to immediately apply a formula. Just like when we do in English, there is always a context. There is always a story. So we look at it and we try and find out what is the meaning first. Then we see, is that Dvikarmaka Vakyam or not? Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So,
one question on that. The Dvitiya Vibhakti sentence, how will you translate in English?
This one. So Balakaha. So first the Mula Vakyam asti. Balakaha ahvayati. The boy calls. Who does the boy call? The boy calls Sita. The boy calls Sita. What type of Sita was she? She was a Sita who had listened to a song. So the boy calls Sita who had listened to the song. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you slowly, you go from the Mula Vakyam, you go from that 2-word Vakyam always. And then if you add on, if we have that patience to add on, then we usually, tendency is not to go wrong. There's still great possibilities of going wrong. I'm not saying no. So
Depends on who is doing it.
Sorry?
But then I have a question, Mahode. Like, so we are actually moving away from the first Mula Vakyam, Sita Shrutavati.
Correct.
That has changed now, right? So now the importance becomes Balakaha Ahvayati is the Mula Vakyam. Then that becomes the main sentence, right?
Yes. And then if you want to say Balakaha Ahutavan, that is the Mula Vakyam. Balakaha Geetam Shrutavatim Sitam Ahutavan. Okay, there we have 2 Bhuta Kridantas, but which one is related to what? That is our job to figure it out. Now with these sort of sentences, it is simple because we are using simple Namapadani, we are using words that we know. When it comes to those shlokas, when you look at Bhagavad Gita and all, it is not so simple. But we will build on from here. We see what is happening, right? As we practice with this, we become more and more comfortable with those harder statements. That is where we are leading to, right? That is the point.
Mohde, what I realized, I was asking Rajshri Mohde also. The homework statements are very different from what we did in the class.
What is the homework statements? what is the homework statements?
Dilip's story. Now,
yeah.
we always thought we have a karta, karma, and kriya. Yeah. Now, how to translate or convert that into karmani was very clear. Yes. But the statements there are all very different.
The problem is over there.
Dilipaha Samdrupaha. Dilipaha Samdrupaha. Now convert this to karmani.
You tell me.
Okay, some figured out and wrote something.
There you have to make sure that you find your Mula Vakyam first. Nripaha asti or Dilipaha asti. So Dilipayana bhuyate. Then you look at the Nripaha. Nripaha is the Visheshanam of Dilipaha. So it becomes Nripena Dilipena bhuyate. Like that. So you always have to first target that Mula Vakyam. What is the Mula Vakyam there? Is that in Kartari? Is that in Karmani? If it is already in Karmani, I don't even have to change the damn thing. So that Khyataha, no, it is already in Karmani. It's the Pratyaya. Leave it. You don't have to touch it.
Like one more statement which was a little confusing. Tasya Patni, Sudiksha Tasya Patni.
Sudiksha, Sudikshina Tasya Patni Asti. Sudakshina Tasya Patni Asti. Or Asit. So the Sudakshinaya Bhuyate or Abhuyata. Sudakshina Abhuyata. Tasya Patni is what Visheshanam for Sudakshina. Right? So Patnya. Tasya Patnya Sudakshinaya Abhuyata. It is harder. It is very much harder. So, but again that thing is that find that Mula Vakyam, then you target, you go from there. You first find that Mula Vakyam, change that Mula Vakyam and then add on. That's how the goal is. So if you don't find a verb, immediately the minute you don't find a verb, you put a verb, add a verb. When you add the verb, then it becomes a little bit easier.
But then again, when we try to convert that into English, it doesn't seem to make any sense.
Because passive voice is not in English. I mean, they say English has passive voice, but not to the level of Sanskrit, no. Yeah, it doesn't, even in Hindi, it won't make sense if you try to translate.
Then I thought, okay, let's look at it in Hindi.
Correct. Because even in Hindi, they don't have that level of passive voice usage. They don't have it in any other language other than Sanskritam. That is the beauty of Sanskritam. So you've graduated now. Namaste Mahodaya. Katham asti?
Yes, sorry. Yeah. Bit late, sorry.
Chinta nasti. So we are doing this Tavatu Pratyaha and we are seeing how it is a Visheshanam. Okay, this will not be in homework, FYI. This is not going to be in homework. Actually, if I gave you simple sentences like this, you'll probably find it easy if I put it in homework. But this is not in homework because the other classes are not doing this. I wanted to show this to you because this is the clearest way to emphasize how the Tavatu Pratyaha is a Visheshanam of the, so Sita, Shrutavati, that Shrutavati is actually the Visheshanam of Sita. And this is the clearest way to emphasize that. Okay. So what is happening here, Vijayasundara Mahodaya, if you look at this, Balaha Patitavan. That Patitavan is actually describing the state of that Balakaha. There is a boy.
Yes.
The state of the boy was that he had read. That describes the boy. Because there is actually an Adhyahritam verb here, which is Asit or Asti, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Okay. That is that Adhyahritam verb that is left out. Because always statements have to have a verb. Lakaraha avashyakaha. So there that lakaraha is not there. So we put it in. It is either asti or asit or abhavat or bhuyate or bhavati or something like that. That bhudhatu or asdhatu we will add. So then we see that balaha asti. So we went and what we did was we wrote, we'll do this for the for one of these. Okay. Natau uktavantau. So Vijay Menon Mahodaya, now we are doing Dvivachanam. So why don't Kanchan Mahodaya, we'll start from the top again. Kanchan Mahodaya, please give me a so Natau. We'll start with Natau. So I'll write the Prathama Vibhakti verb sentence. Natau staha. Okay. Tell me in Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Natau staha. Okay. Aham natau pashyami.
Pashyami. Samyak. Aham natau pashyami. Vijay Menon Mahodaya. Tritiya Vibhaktyam.
This is now Tritiya we need.
Yeah,
and it is okay. Dvivachana statement.
Ramaha Ramau Ramaha Ramam Ramau Raman Ramena Ramabhyam Ramam.
Okay. So Natabhyam. Aham. Okay, this is with someone, Saha, right? Or
Saha. Natabhyam Saha.
Udyanam Gachami.
Udyanam Gachami. Samyak. Udyanam Gachami. Samyak. Vijayasundara Mahodaya, we are going to use Chaturthi Vibhakti. So, Chaturthi Vibhakti is Sampradhanam. So, I give two books. I give books to, or I give a book to the two actors, something like that. Katham vadamaha?
Aham.
Remember, Ramaha Rama.
Is it Ekavachanam or
Bahuvachanam? Dvivachanam. Natau.
Dvivachanam. Okay. Natau. Okay. Aham. Taya.
Ramaha Ramo. Nataha Natau Nataha. Natam Natau Natan. Natena. So Ramena Ramabhyam Ramaihi. Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramebhyah. So.
Okay. Ramabhyam.
Natabhyam.
Natabhyam. Natabhyam. Oh, used to some word. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Natabhyam.
Okay. Natabhyam. Eka pustakam. Dadami.
Pustakam dadami. Samyak. Pustakam dadami. Ekam pustakam dadami. Pustakam dadami. Manjusha Mahodaya. Panchamyam Vibhaktyam. Apadanam.
Natena, Natabhyam, Natahe. Aham Natabhyam Syutam Swikaromi.
Samyak. Natabhyam Syutam Swikaromi. Samyak. Rajashri Mahodaya. Shashthyam Vibhaktyam. Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam.
Natayoho Nama Rama Lakshmana.
Samyak. Natayoho Nama. Namahava. Namava. Natayoho.
Nama Namani.
Nama Namani Namani. Namani va Namni va. Namani.
Namani.
Rama Namani. Rama Lakshmana.
Can write Rama Lakshmana, no?
Rama Lakshmana. Yes. रामलक्ष्मणौ स्तः सप्तम्यां विभक्त्यां कञ्चन महोदय
नट्योः
नटयोः
नटयोः पटयोः it will be patayoho only, no, Mahoday?
What are you trying to say?
Patu by like is a clever patuhu asti. Like
Natayoho patuhu patu. But
patu.
no, that you don't want patu stahava. Natayoho patu. That's not you want to say something like patutvam asti.
Yeah.
Patutvam asti. The bhava of patuhu. Patutvam asti. Okay. So natau. So these are the 7 vibhaktis. So we've got 2 actors. Now kidrishau natau staha.
Uktavantau natau staha.
Uktavantau natau staha. So there are 2 actors. What type of actors? Kidrishau natau. The actors who had said something, whatever it was. The actors who had spoken. Avagatam va? Vijayasundara Mahoday? That is describing the state of the natau. Okay?
Yes.
Vijayamani Mahoday, aham natau pashyami. Kidrishau natau pashyami. Uktavantau natau. Same. Tritya vibhaktyam api samanam. Aham natabhyam saha udyanam gacchami. Kidrishabhyam va? Kidrishabhyam natabhyam saha udyanam gacchami. Vijayasundara Mahodaya. Atra pashyatu. Patitavantam.
Yeah. Okay.
It will rhyme. Patitavadvyam. So patitavan.
Yeah.
So patitavata, patitavadvyam. So in Tritya vibhakti, it will be a, bhyam, bhihi.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
bhyam. So what will
Natabhyam.
Uktavadvyam.
Oh, sorry, Uktavatyam. Okay.
Uktavantau natau staha.
Right.
Uktavadvyam natabhyam. Uktavadvyam natabhyam saha udyanam gacchami. Does that make sense? You are following the same pattern here. See, patitavan, uktavan, uktavantau, uktavantaha, uktavan, uktavantau, uktavantaha, and sambodhana. Ditya, uktavantam, uktavantau, uktavataha, uktavata, uktavadbhyam, uktavadbhihi. So you'll use this uktavadbhyam. Avagatam khalu?
Yeah.
Same vibhakti rupam, same samana vibhakti, samana vachanam you will use, and you will, because it is a visheshanam of the natau.
Mahodaya, screen is bit larger, so I'm not able to see the full.
Oh, you can't see? Maybe you have to zoom out. Can you pinch and zoom out? If you press Control minus or Command minus, it should go. Is it better?
Slightly.
Is it a problem for everyone else? Is it too big?
No.
Okay.
Is it? Press more, Mahodaya. Press the Control minus again and again. It will come down. You might have zoomed in. Okay.
And on the view, you can use view standard, so it will remove everything.
Oh, okay.
Side by side speaker. Side by side speaker you can use.
That's what I have done. Okay. Yeah, I'll manage. Okay.
Is it okay? Can you see, sir? Can you see, Mahodaya?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Manisha Mahodaya, aham natabhyam pustakam dadami. Kidrishabhyam natabhyam.
Aham uktavadhyam natabhyam pustakam dadami.
Samyak. Uktavadhyam natabhyam pustakam dadami. Rajshri Mahodaya, aham natabhyam syutam swikaromi.
Aham uktavadhyam natabhyam syutam swikaromi.
Very simple in Dvitiya vibhakti. Samana rupam bhavati tatra. Kanchan Mahodaya, natayoho namani Ramalakshmanau.
Uktayoho natayoho namani Ramalakshmanau. Vatoho.
Uktavatoho.
Vatoho.
Samyak. Uktavatoho natayoho namani Ramalakshmanau. Avagatam khalu? Vijayamanan Mohoday? Natayoho.
Yeah, same.
उक्तवतोः नटयोः पटुत्वम् अस्ति इदानीं वाक्यानि उक्तवन्तौ इति अस्ति चेत् तत्र again it's a sentence fragment खलु so what will we say अत्र किं भवति
वाक्यानि उक्तवन्तौ नटौ स्तः
that's all वाक्यानि उक्तवन्तौ नटौ that's all it is does that make sense because that vakyani is related to the uktavantau natau it is not related to the other things so you cannot change its vibhakti and make it match anything else it is not doing anything it is all it is related to the fact that the natau have said those vakyani okay does that make sense Mohoday Vijay Sundar Mohoday is there do you have any questions about that
no I mean this Vakyani will be the same every all vibhaktis.
Just like Ramah Gramam Gatva Bhojanam Khadati.
Okay.
So that Gramam Gatva will not change. Ramah Gramam Gatva Bhojanam Bhojanat Kitani Kshiptavan. Okay. So that Gramam Gatva will stay the same.
Okay.
That won't change at all. Does that make sense? Because that is related only to the natas. It is not related to me seeing. It is not related to me getting the pustakam. That is not related to anything of that sort. Okay? Right. That is purely related to the natas speaking, the two actors speaking. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So this is not Lata's taraha. This is in Kiksha's taraha. So you will do this, but you will do it next year. And you won't have homework on this also. This is purely to emphasize the fact that this tavatu pratyaha is a visheshanam of the karta. Kartuhu visheshanam bhavati. Tavatu padam. Parantu yada पाठः लिखितः इति अस्ति चेत् तत्र तप्रत्यये कथं भवति इति पश्यामः पाठः लिखितः अतः पाठः इति शब्दः अस्ति now we will write 7 vibhakti rupams with पाठः okay पाठः अस्ति that is the first one you'll get tired of this anyway but that's पाठः अस्ति इदानीं द्वितीया विभक्त्यां महोदय कंचन महोदय
पाठं पठामि
अहं पाठं पठामि विजयमणि महोदय
no this is tritiya
so this you can't say पाठेन सह गच्छामि but you can say through the lesson I learned something. Avagachami.
Okay. Aham patena
Dharmam avagachami. Pathena Samskritam avagachami. Dharmam avagachami. Through the lesson I understood the dharma. इति वक्तुं शक्नुमः
अहं पाठेन understood ज्ञात्वा
पाठेन अर्थम् अवगच्छामि
अर्थम् अहं पाठेन संस्कृतम् और
अर्थम् अय्यो I can't write sorry अर्थम्
we can say no aham pathena vina kimapi na avagachami
samyak aham pathe that is even better aham pathena vina kimapi na avagachami is that okay Mohoday yes that is clearer so chaturthyam vibhaktyam katham Vijay Sundar Mohoday
to aham
पाठाय किं करोमि अहं पाठाय किम् अर्पयामि पुष्पम् अर्पयामि
व्याकरणं पाठाय व्याकरणं लिखामि
अहं सम्यक् अहं पाठाय व्याकरणं लिखामि. Okay, everybody put it forward. We'll when we do the next part, then we'll do it
Or you
together.
can say aham pataya grahakaryam likhami.
अहं पाठाय गृहकार्यमपि लिखामि. सम्यक् गृहकार्यं लिखामि. नेक्स्ट पंचमी विभक्ति मंजुषा महोदय.
अहं पाठात् चित्रं कर्तयामि.
सम्यक्, बहु सम्यक्. चित्रं कर्तयामि, बहु सम्यक्, उत्तमम्. राजश्री महोदय, इदानीं षष्ठ्यां विभक्त्यां कथम्?
पाठस्य नाम संस्कृतम्
सम्यक् संस्कृतं. पाठस्य नाम संस्कृतम्. आम्, इदानीं सप्तम्यां विभक्त्यां कोऽपि वदतु.
मम पाठे आसक्तिः अस्ति.
मम पाठे आसक्तिः अस्ति. बहु सम्यक्. ओके, इदानीं पाठः कीदृशः पाठः अस्ति? कीदृशः पाठः अस्ति? What sort of a पाठः is it?
लिखितः पाठः.
लिखितः पाठः. It is a written lesson. There is a written lesson. That is the meaning. There is a lesson. The lesson was written. So the written lesson is there. Iti asti tatra. Okay. Aham patham pathami. So इदानीं विजयसुन्दर महोदय, अहं पाठं पठामि. कीदृशं पाठं पठामि?
अहं लिखितः पाठं पठामि.
द्वितीया विभक्त्याम्.
अहं लिखित पाठौ.
पाठमेव. कीदृशं पाठं? लिखितं पाठं. अवगतं वा? कीदृशं पाठं? लिखितं पाठं. ओके, अहं पाठेन विना किमपि न अवगच्छामि. मंजुषा महोदय, कीदृशेन पाठेन विना?
अहं लिखितेन पाठेन.
सम्यक् सम्यक्, तदेव. लिखितेन पाठेन विना किमपि न अवगच्छामि. Without that written lesson, I do not understand anything. राजश्री महोदय, अहं पाठाय गृहकार्यं लिखामि.
अहं लिखिताय पाठाय.
सम्यक्. It's so simple because it is akaranta. See, compared to this other one, which is all this takaranta shabda that we had to do, all this gymnastics with patitavan, patitavantam, patitavata, patitavati, all that. Over here, it is just in akaranta shabda. It's just an akaranta shabda. So it is so simple to make it. Kanchan Mahodaya, next one. Aham pathat chitram kartayami.
अहं लिखितात् पाठात् चित्रं कर्तयामि.
सम्यक्. ओके, अहं लिखितात् पाठात्. विजयमेनन् महोदय.
लिखितस्य
उत्तमं.
पाठस्य नाम संस्कृतं.
सम्यक्. अय्यो, किं कृतवती अहं? ओके, सारी. मम पाठे आसक्तिः अस्ति. विजयसुन्दर महोदय, कीदृशे पाठे?
मम लिखि
रामे.
लिखे पाठे.
लिखिते पाठे. लिखिते पाठे आसक्तिः अस्ति. इदानीं बालेन पाठः लिखितः. Okay, so the balena is, where is the relationship with the balena? What is the balena related to?
Karta, na?
It is the karta, but it's related only to the patha. It is not related to anything else. Khalu. It is not related to the aham. It is not related to the asaktihi, nothing. So this balena, what will happen? All it will do is you will be adding it here.
बालेन पाठः लिखितः. बालेन लिखितः.
अहं बालेन लिखितः पाठः अस्ति. Aham balena
Balena
likitam patham pathami.
pathami.
Does that make
Aham
sense? Continue.
Aham balena likitena pathena vina kimapi na avagachami.
Samyak. Aham
Aham balena likitaya pathaya grahakaryam likhami.
samyak. Simple. Aham
balena
likitat patha.
पाठात् चित्रं कर्तयामि.
Samyak.
बालेन लिखितस्य पाठस्य नाम संस्कृतम्. मम बालेन लिखिते पाठे आसक्ति अस्ति.
Samyak. Does that make sense? Any questions about how this was formed? What any about? So you can clearly see this likhitaha atra ta pratyayah karmani rupam asti. Tatra likhitaha is the visheshanam of the pathaha. It is not the visheshanam of the karta here. It is the visheshanam of the karma padam. Patha asti aham patham pathami. It is the visheshanam of the karma padam. This is in karmani. But does that mean everything else is in karmani? Aham pathami. Is that in karmani?
No.
No. See, there is a mix of the karmani and the kartari. There is no problem. Because this is a sentence fragment. Do you see that? Over here, the sentence fragment was for the karta. Geetam shrutavati sita asti. Balakaha geetam shrutavatim sitam ahvayati. So this is the karta of that initial sentence, which was in kartari prayogaha. Here, this is pathaha likhitaha asti. That is in karmani prayogaha. Okay, so the sentence fragment is in karmani prayogaha. But this likhitaha is describing the pathaha, which is then put into all the other sentences. Does that make sense, or have I confused everybody royally?
Now, one doubt, okay, here it is Uttama Purushaha, we say Agamaham, but if it is Pradhama Purushaha, it will be different, isn't it?
Saha balena plikitam patham pathati. You can even put that in, you can even put this in karmani. So you take this. If I don't, hopefully you don't get confused. You can even change this into maya balena likhitaha pathaha pathyate.
Okay.
There is no harm. You can do anything. That pathaha is there. What is being done with that pathaha is up to you, entirely up to you. But that likhitaha will stay in the same vibhakti vachanam as the pathaha. That is all you have to be careful about. That likhitaha is describing the pathaha. Okay. So, maya pathaha pathyate is fine. Idrishaha pathaha likhitaha pathaha. Aham patham pathami is also fine. Idrisham patham likhitam patham. Does that make sense? So that ta pratyaya is the visheshanam of the karma padam. Tavatu pratyaya is the visheshanam of the karta. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
And any questions?
Okay, I just have a question. Can you just go to that the other slide? So in this one, see that likhitam patham. So when we write in karmani, is there something like balena pathaha patitaha? So there the verb comes at the end, isn't it?
Correct.
In a normal. Okay, so always,
But that is not a necessity.
No, so in that second one. Yes, so aham balena likhitam patham pathami. So that likhitam we might get confused with that napunsaka lingam past tense, right? Likhitaha, likhita, likhitam.
Yes.
So what I want to know is in karmani that bhuta kridanda, does that likhitam always come at the end, or can it come before? Like balena likhitam pustakam.
Balena likitam pustakam asti. You know, when we say
no need of asti, but can we just, because in kartari we can change the order of the karta, karma and all and make a sentence. So still it means the same.
Same. That when we say the shlokas, sometimes my kids were just saying something. Srimad, what is this? What is his name? My God, one big name. Ganga Stotram. Who wrote the Ganga Stotram? Anybody remember? So, Acharyena Virachitam Ganga Stotram. You can say that.
Okay.
So when you're saying, you're starting the stotram.
Stotram. Okay.
Acharyena Virachitam Ganga Stotram, and then you start with the sloka. That's how they actually start the slokas.
Okay.
So the Virachit, that is actually ta pratyaya. Acharyena Virachitam Shlokam. Acharyena Virachitaha Shlokaha. Like that.
Okay.
But stotram is napumsakalingam. So Acharyena Virachitam Stotram. Iti bhavati tatra. Okay. So that is
Manjusha Mahodaya, what you're saying is this likitam could be taken for second vibhakti, is it? I couldn't get your...
No. What my doubt was, see, if we don't know that patham, the original is pathaha, won't we get confused when we write likhitam patham? Only if we know that karma padam is, akarantaha, that one, then only we'll say, because usually we will, if we are writing in karmani, we will write maya pathaha likhitaha.
Yeah.
But in this sentence, aham balena likhitam patham patami. So if that patami is swallowed, then likhitam patham, like for me, if I don't, like, because we don't know much, I don't know much. So I can get confused. I'll think, oh, whether it is napunsaka lingam or not. Because it is likhitaha, likhita, likhitam. That is the form, right?
Correct.
So you think it's prathama vibhakti likhitam. Napumsakalingam.
No, then it is hard to understand if likhitam is actually in napunsakalingam or to think hard.
Yes,
Because
I understand.
it is defining actually patham, right? So if we don't understand that concept, it will be hard.
Yes.
I feel. I don't know.
No. It definitely.
I get it.
Definitely. In fact, it will be there in the, let's look at this Dilipasya Katha. So this one, do we understand the basic right now for this? Do we want to try one more set of sentences with
Okay, just one more question before we go. See, in this last sentence, mama balena likhite pathe asaktihi asti. So in that sentence, because I don't know much, if I'm just reading, mama balena, like my boys, I am interested in my boys, something. Selected by my boy.
Correct. That is, you have a very good point. Very good point. Unless you know the ichha of the speaker, there you will not know. So instead, if we change this to make it into a sentence which is appropriate anvayaha, then we can say balena likhite pate mama asaktihi asti. That makes more sense. Correct?
Okay.
Okay. So the structure does not matter per se. As in, most of the times the structure does not matter exactly. Okay. But if you place it correctly, it is easier for the reader to understand exactly what you mean. If you place it in different places, there is a chance that the reader will not exactly understand what you wanted to say. They will understand something from the statement. Grammatically, they'll put it correctly, but they might get something different to what your ichha is. Okay, that is why we have that anvayaha. That anvayaha, when we do even shlokas, when we do the anvayaha, we put it in that order because it makes more sense. That's all. Okay, so it is not wrong to say mama balena likhite pathe asaktihi asti, and there, if the reader reads it as there is interest in the lesson that was written by my boy, that is not incorrect grammatically speaking. That's correct only. But it is not my vivaksha. Because my vivaksha was what? Mama asaktihi asti. So it will be better to show that ichha by putting mama asaktihi asti together. That's all. Does that make sense? You just have to write. Then only it will come. Okay. We'll do one more, or do you want to, because this is not part of this syllabus per se. This is not part of Lataa per se. Do you want to do one more just with the Strilingam? Or do you want to go and try to do the Katha Prayoga Parivartanam? I'll leave it in your hands.
Mahodaya, I want... So you're trying... What you're telling is that these are Visheshanam. That's what you're trying to get at, is it?
Literally. That is it. That the Ta Pratyaha is the Visheshanam for the Karma Padam. The Tavatu Pratyaha is the Visheshanam for the Kartri Padam.
Okay, that's the point you're driving. Okay.
That is it. That is all it is.
Okay.
So tell me what you want to do. Do you want to do one more set of sentences with Strilingam, or do you want to move to the Katha Prayoga Parivartanam?
Katha.
Katha? Let's move to the Katha. Okay. So here in the Katha, we have the Dilipa, Simha Dilipa Yoho Samvadaha. This is the second Katha. You want to do the first Katha first? You want to discuss the first Katha first?
That is in that homework 40.
Yeah. You want to do that one?
If we can do, there are 5 slides, but too much to write.
If we do this one, maybe it'll be easy to do that one.
Okay.
No, we'll try this. If this one, if you still don't find it hard, then we'll do that also. No problem. We have I think we have a little bit of time. It's not a problem. Yeah. Okay. Simha Dilipayoho Samvadaha iti kathayaha nama. Nandini anyasmin dine nripasya pariksham kritavati. Okay. So Datra, first of all, let us see what is this statement saying. Nandini anyasmin dine nripasya pariksham kritavati. So let's start. Kanchan Mahodaya, first tell me what the statement is saying. Tell me where the Visheshana Visheshya bhavas are, and then we'll convert it into the opposite prayoga. Okay. So tell me.
Here it means like on another day, Nandini took exam of the king.
Samyak. So where is the Visheshya Visheshana bhava? Where is the Visheshanam for which Visheshyam?
Mahodaya, what is Nirupasya?
Nripasya. Nripaha is Raja. Nripaha. Raja.
Okay.
So, Ragnya, no. Ragnya va? I forgot what it is for Rajan Shabdaha. Rajanaha. No. Raja, Rajanau, Rajanah. Tell me what it is. Ragnyaha. Thank you. Ragnyaha Nripasya. So, Ragnyaha Pariksham Kritavati, Nripasya Pariksham Kritavati. Tadev. Samyak. Kanchan Mahodaya?
So Anyasmin dine, I think there is one Visheshana of
which is the
Dine
Visheshanam? Which is the Visheshyam?
Dine is the Visheshya and Anyasmin dine is the Visheshanam.
Samyak. Anyasmin is the Visheshanam. What else is there? That one won't really do anything for our prayoga. That is a sentence fragment.
So Pariksha.
Pariksha, is there anything? Is there anything else in Dvitiya Vibhakti?
No, only Pariksha.
There is something else which is Visheshya Visheshana bhava. We just discussed.
Yeah.
Nandini Kritavati.
Nandini Kritavati. So Kritavati Nandini Asti. So that is the thing. Okay. Now tell me, how will we change the Prayoga Parivartanam? Prayoga Parivartanam katham kurmah. Idanim atra kartari prayoge asti va karmani prayoge asti va?
Kartari bhuta kridanta.
Samyak. Idanim karmani bhuta kridante vadatu. Bhuta kridantam upayujya.
Okay. Nandanya anyasmin dine nripasya parikshaya
Pariksham tatra dvitiya vibhaktyam karmani prayoge
pariksha
pariksha
akriyata
bhutakridanta
kritah
pariksha krita samyak tatra मूलवाक्यं किं नंदिनी परीक्षां कृतवती so nandinya pariksha krita everything else stays the same nandinya anyasmin dine nripasya pariksha krita. Did that make sense? Any questions there? How that
Mahodaya, in case the same statement is asked to be done first in karmani latlakara.
Yes. So then what will happen?
So what should we do with Kritavati or Kritatvan? All that.
Mahodaya bhavaneva karotu. Idanim chintayatu. Pariksham kritavati. Nandini pariksham kritavati. Everything else is add-ons. So only look at that. So Nandini pariksham kritavati. Now tell me what would you do to change that into karmani lat. First of all,
the one is Nandinya.
Nandinya. Then
Pariksha. Kritavati should become now here. Kriyate.
Samyak. Bahu samyak. Kriyate. That's all.
Okay.
So look at the kri dhatu, and then you go into ashtadhyayi.com and say bhave karmano kriyate. That's it. Okay.
Mahoday, yada pariksha द्वितीया विभक्त्यम् अस्ति कर्मपदं भवति. If you remove that karmapadam, then it will be nandanya anyasmin dine nripasya.
You can't have nripasya without the pariksha. So leave nripasya.
Okay. Anyasmin dine it will be kritam.
Nandinya kritam. Because it will be bhave there. Because there is no karmapadam.
Astu.
Samyak. Vijayasundara Mahoday agrimam pashyatu. Sa
Himalayasya grihe pravishtavati.
Guhe. In a cave. Guhe pravishhtavati. Okay. What is the Mula Vakyam? Tell me the Karta and the Kriya, and if there is a Karma Padam.
Sa prashtavati.
Pravishtavati. Enter.
Pravishtavati.
Pravishtavati.
Yeah.
Is there anything in Dvitiya Vibhakti? Is there a Karma Padam?
Pravishtavati is the karma padam? No.
No, that is the Bhuta Kridanta. That is your that tells you the action that she entered. Is there an object? Is there a Karma Padam?
Yeah, Guhe.
Guhe is what Vibhakti?
Seventh.
Saptami. It is not Dvitiya. So it is not an object. So anything that is not in Prathama or Dvitiya or the Bhuta Kridanta, you leave. That is not Mula Vakyam. The Mula Vakyam then is Sa Pravishtavati. Is that in Kartari Prayogaha? Is it Tavatu or is it Ta? Is it Karmani? Is it Kartari or Karmani?
Kartari Bhutakala.
Kartari Bhuta Kridanta. It is Tavatu. Pravishtavati. Because it is Sa Pravishtavati. Now, how will you change that into Karmani?
Sa will be Maya.
Taya.
Okay.
Taya.
No.
What do you have to do? So you have to remember Gatavan will become Gatam, Gataha, Gata, Gatam. Now, if there is no Karma Padam, it will be in Bhavi Prayoga. So it has to be in Napumsakalinga. So what happens? Pravishtavati, what will you will drop the Vati. So what will you say? Pravishta. What is it? Which in Napumsakalinga?
Pravishtam.
Pravishtam. Taya Pravishtam. Everything else stays the same. Taya Himalayasya Guhe Pravishtam. Does someone have the textbook? Is it Guhe or Guham? Kanchanmari, do you have the question? Do you have the textbook at all?
Na Mahoday, mama samipe nasti.
I think that is Guham. I don't know why it's Guhe. If it is Guham, anyway,
Textbook means
Pravishtam.
Textbook,
then it will still be Pravishtam because Guham is Napumsakalingam. So Guham Pravishtam. We'll check the textbook later. The Parichaya textbook. I don't know where I have it. Somewhere. I have too many books now. Okay. Okay.
So, Mahodaya, can you tell why is it Sa, if it is, why is it Napumsakam and not Strilingam? I'm not getting it.
Okay. So the Mula Vakyam there, right now when we look at this sentence as it is, we will assume this is correct. Sa Himalayasya Guhe Pravishhtavati. So she entered inside the cave of the Himalaya. So what is the Mula Vakyam there? The Kartripadam, Karmapadam and Kriya Suchakam. What is it?
Acha, Sa Pravishhtavati.
Yeah, because there is no Kriya Padam. There is no Karma Padam. Kshamita. So Sa Pravishhtavati. So when you change that, you have to change it to Bhave. You can't change it to Karmani because there is no Karma Padam.
Acha, in that context. But then why are you linking it to Guhe then?
You are not, because Guhe is Taya Himalayasya Guhe Pravishtam. By her, in the Himalayas cave, entering happened. Iti asti tatra.
Okay, it's not related, right? I mean, sorry, what I meant was Guhe and Pravishta is not related. That's what.
No. Guhe, that's what even I'm wondering if that should be Guham. If it is Guham, then there is a Karma Padam. But if it is not Guham, if it is Saptami, Guhe Pravishtavati, she entered inside, then that stays the same, because when you change the Prayoga, anything other than Prathama or Dvitiya, you don't change the Vibhakti at all. The Vibhakti stays the same. Correct?
Yeah.
So it becomes Taya, so Sa Pravishtavati will become Taya Pravishtam.
Okay.
Because Karma Padam Nasti, so tatra Bhave Prayoga Bhavati. So you want to express the Kriya. What is the Kriya that is happening? The entering was done by her in the Himalayas cave.
Mahoday, sorry to disturb. It is Sa Himalayasya Guham Pravishtavati. Guham.
Thank you so much. It's not Guhe. I was wondering, because Pravishtavati will have a Kriya Padam. So Guham. Okay, let's fix that then. Guham Pravishhtavati. Let's fix that. Okay, so now can we fix that statement, Vijayasundar Mahodaya? Sa Himalayasya Guham Pravishhtavati. So what is the Mula Vakyam there? Karta, Karma and Kriya Suchakam.
Yeah. Griham is the Karta.
Karma.
Sorry,
Guham
karma.
Karma. Sa is the
Karta.
And Pravishhtavati is the Kriya Suchakam. So Sa Guham Pravishhtavati. So when you want to change that, how will you say that into Karmani?
Taya Guha Pravishtam.
Guha. So Pravishtam will be what? With what should the lingam be? It should be Visheshanam for the Karma Padam. What is the Karma Padam?
Pravishtam.
The Karma Padam is Guha. Guha. What is the lingam of the Guha?
Guha is
Is it Pumlingam, Strilingam or Napumsakalingam?
Napumsakalingam.
Guha. Akaranta.
Guha.
Strilingam. Strilingam. So what will happen? Pravishta Vati will drop the Vati and Guha Pravishta. Because that is the Visheshanam of the Guha. Guha Pravishta. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Taya Guha Pravishta. Now that Guha, Kasya Guha, Himalayasya Guha. So Taya Himalayasya Guha Pravishta. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions there?
Yeah, but earlier you said Griha Pravishtam.
Because there the original sentence that was written here was Guhe Pravishtam. Pravishhtavati.
Okay. Right.
So Guhe Pravishhtavati, there is no Karma Padam. So when there is no Karma Padam, the Pravishta. The Pravishta will not be a Visheshanam of anything. There is no Karma Padam. So it will automatically come into Bhave Prayoga and become Napumsakalingam. Pravishtam.
Okay.
But now there is a Karma Padam. So it will be in Karmani Prayoga. Hence Guha and Pravishta. Pravishta is the Visheshanam for the Guha. So Guha Pravishta iti bhavati.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Next. Manjusha Mahodaya, agrimam vakyam.
Dilipah parvatasya saundaryam pashyan asit. So Dilipah was he saw the beauty of the mountain.
Yes.
Pashyan asit will be, I don't know, Pashyan asit.
You did not know that yet. So we will not give you this as homework for this one. Pashyan asit. This is called Shatra Pratyaya. It is past, it is continuous. It is the continuous tense. So he was looking, he was in the process of looking at the beauty of the mountain. So that Pashyan is also Dilipa's this thing. Visheshanam. But you don't know that. So why don't we make this Apashyat or Drishtavan. Let's change it to Drishtavan. Okay. because otherwise we cannot do it. We don't want to go into that much detail also. That will go fully into Shiksha. So let's not do it. What did I do? This is wrong. It's Drishtavan. Drishtavan. Okay, now can you do it for me? Dilipah.
Okay. So then, Drishtavan. Dilipena Parvatasya Saundaryam Drishtam.
Drishtam. Samyak. Why Drishtam? What is it the Visheshanam?
Because in that sentence there is no karma padam.
Careful, there is a karma padam.
So is there Saundaryam?
Saundaryam. Kim Drishtavan? Saundaryam Drishtavan.
Oh, okay. Then it should be Dilipena Parvatasya Saundarya Drishta.
Saundaryam.
I don't know.
Saundaryam only.
Oh. So it is in Napunsakalingam, Saundaryam.
Yes.
Oh, so Dilipena Parvatasya Saundaryam Drishtam.
Samyak. Because what did he see, you should see, no? Okay. So there will be a karma padam there. Right?
Oh, okay.
Makes sense? Very good. You still got it correct, even though you thought there was no karma padam. Okay. Vijay Menon Mohoday, Agrimam.
Tada ekah simah nandini.
There is a 1 minute. I can't get out of it. That is Nandinim. Okay. Nandinim.
Okay. Tada ekah simah nandini balatkarena grihitvan. Okay. So tada. This is one lion forcibly attacked Nandini.
Samyak. So tell me what is the Mula Vakyam? Karta, Karma and Kriya Suchakam.
Okay. Kriya Suchaka is Grihitavan.
Samyak. Grihitavan. Kaha Grihitavan? Karta kaha?
Karta.
Kaha Grihitavan?
Simha. No.
Simha. Kam Grihitavan.
Nandini.
Nandini. So there is your Mula Vakyam. Simha Nandinim Grihitavan. Now change that. Prayoga Parivartanam karotu tatra.
Okay. So tada.
Leave everything else. Just tell me Simha Nandinim Grihitavan. Change that.
Okay. Simhena. Ekena Simhena Nandini. Nandini Balatkarena. Grihitavan will become. You want to make it ta?
Yes.
Pratyaya
Yes. Because it's karmani. Ta pratyaya.
Ta pratyaya. Then grahitaha.
Nandini balatkarena
grahitaha.
Balatkarena tyajatu. Nandini Kidrishi Nandini.
Acha, okay. Kidrishi Nandini. Grahit. Okay, sorry.
No, sorry. It's not easy.
Grahita or Grahita. Okay.
Grihita. Because Nandini, what sort of Nandini? The caught Nandini. So Grihita Nandini.
Strilinga. So okay. So Ekena Simhena Nandini Grahita.
Balatkarena Grihita. That Balatkarena is describing the Kriya. So we don't change that. That stays as is. It's not part of Kartari or the Karmani thing. It is only an adverb. So that stays the same. Balatkarena Nandini Grihita. So she was caught strongly. Nandini, the strongly caught Nandini. Avagatam va?
Yeah.
So tada ekena simhena Nandini balatkarena grihita. So the first thing you always have to do is find out what is that sentence, that main sentence, that Mula Vakyam. Karta, karma and kriya suchakam or kriya. Now if you had a question because of the last homework, in that same sentence, if you had to use latlakara, how would you do it?
So grahitvan, we have to find out what is that equivalent. Grahitya, what is?
It's very simple. What is the mula? What is the dhatu?
Dhatu is grah.
And then what is
Grihate.
That's it. That's all. That's all. Tada ekena simhena nandini balatkarena grihyate.
Okay.
That's all. Simple as that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. When you're saying it, it looks simple.
So when you say lat lakara, you mean the karmani lat, is it?
Karmani lat, yes, karmani lat. Because they want the in homework 40, they want the prayoga parivartanam.
All three.
Karmani lat.
Lat karmani, lang karmani, and then tap pratyaya. All three.
Instead of grihnati, it will become grihyate, is it?
Correct. So that will be, so in lat lakara, karmani lat, it will be tada ekena simhena nandini balatkarena grihyate. In lang lakara, what will it be? Tada ekena simhena nandini balatkarena. So grihyate will become agrihyata. That's all. You change that. Then in ta pratyaya, what will happen? It's easiest in ta pratyaya. Grihitavan will become grihita because Nandini.
But one question. This grahitvan, if I want to find out what is the kriya equivalent, how should I find out in Ashtadhyayi or somewhere?
Good.
I tried to put the word, I didn't find.
Yeah.
Grihnati.
No. Even grihitavan should also come.
Oh,
doesn't come? Did you check?
I tried when I put the whole word.
See, grihitavan tavatu pratyayantam. You go there and it tells you tavatu. So the pratyaya is grihitaha grihita.
Okay.
You must have typed the spelling wrong. You have to be careful.
I copied from the story and put there.
No, but if it has an upasarga, then it won't come.
Okay.
You have to leave the upasarga and then write the rest of it. So upasargas don't come.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
And that means that lyabantam, if it's a lyabanta shabda, then it won't show up. Because you don't know what the upasarga is. You have to definitely have only pragrihya. If you have apagrihya, if you have avagrihya, all that, nothing will show up. You won't get it if you type it in. Okay. So there you have to type in only grih. So find the dhatu. It is good practice. It's good practice to try and find the dhatu.
The word I had tried was sankalpitavan.
That is kalpitavan. Because there is a upasarga sam.
Okay. That was okay.
There is an upasarga sam over there. I'll see if I can. Where is my... now, this one, I don't know if I should even... Do you want me to put this document in the notes? Will it help you, or do you just want to leave it so that you can see it in the video if you want? This is not, remember, part of the syllabus for Lataa. So it's not anything that you have to literally go in, but if it will help you understand, I'm happy to put it in the notes, class notes. So it's...
Yeah, I think fine.
Okay, I'll put it, but don't go crazy and lose, don't think that you have to understand. Where did it go? I'm sorry.
I don't know who has that much time to go crazy over it, but
but
we have enough to go crazy with the homeworks.
Next homework, I tried to make it small. Okay, I tried to make it small. 5 sentences only.
Mahodaya, if you make it very small, I won't pass because that's my only revision.
Oh no!
I don't do any extra work, so homework is my subject.
Okay. B3 Chatraha, I will ask you to finish off that. I'll make that editable. Everybody go and do one set of statements in that document. Okay. So when you get the chance, I can tell that it's not going to happen, but if you get the chance, please do so. Okay. You had sankalpitavan, no? So whenever you see you have to do kalpitavan, then you'll find it. See, it's krip. Why is it krip? It should be kalpate. Why is it? It is kalpayati. Why is it krip? I don't know. That looks like a typo. Maybe kalp. Anyway. Remember, this is also a work in progress, huh? Ashtadhyayi. Sometimes you'll have to look at your Dhatu 360 also and make sure that it's correct. Unfortunately.
Yeah, some words I don't find in this.
Yeah. Sometimes it is there. There is a problem. Okay. So next statement. Tena pidita dhenuhu. Now that is what we were discussing. Tena pidita. Who is next? By the way, is it Rajashri Mahodi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
now so look here. Tena pidita dhenuhu uchchaihi krandanam kritavati. What is the meaning of this statement?
The cow, the Nandini, who was troubled by this Simha, she shouted loudly.
Very good. So, can you tell me what is the Visheshanam for Dhenu?
Pidita Dhenu.
There is one more.
And then Kritavati.
Samyak.
Oh yeah, Kritavati.
Samyak. So, this statement has a mix of Karmani and Kartari. One is this sentence fragment. Tena pidita dhenuhu. Simhena pidita dhenuhu. Simhena pidita dhenuhu asit. So, there, that is Karmani. By the lion, the troubled dhenuhu. Simhena dhenuhu pidita asit. That is Karmani prayoga hakta pratyaha. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yes. So there, that is the Visheshanam of the dhenu there. What is the state she was in? Pidita. There is another Visheshanam. Kritavati. That is Tavatu. That is Kartari. So dhenu kim Kritavati? Krandanam Kritavati. So Rajashri Mahode, when you are going to change this into Karmani, how will you do it? Tell me what is the Moola Vakyam.
Dhenuhu Kandanam Kritavati.
Samyak. So how will you change that into Prayoga Parivartanam Karo Tatra?
Dhenva Krandanam Kritam.
Samyak. Dhenva Krandanam Kritam. What about the rest of the words? Put the full sentence now.
Because it's...
Tena pidita dhenva uchchaihi krandanam kritam.
Okay, you got the Tena dhenuhu uchchaihi krandanam kritam correct. What about the pidita? It is Visheshanam for dhenu. What is the vibhakti?
Then it will also become tritiya. Piditaya dhenva.
Tena piditaya dhenva uchchaihi krandanam kritam. Very easy to make a mistake there. Okay. So that when you change, because now you've changed the Kritavati to Kritam. So now that is the Visheshanam of Krandanam. Okay. It is no longer the Visheshanam of Dhenu. But there is still a Visheshanam of Dhenu, which is Pidita. So Dhenva, when you change that to Tritiya, the Pidita also has to be changed into Tritiya. Okay. So that is Piditaya Dhenva. The Tena is what? It's related, that Anvaya has, that one, it relates to Dhenu. So that doesn't change. Okay, so Tena piditaya dhenva uchchaihi krandanam kritam. Now, who has confusion there? Nobody?
When you said kritam, it will be kritam, yeah?
Because kritavati, you will drop the vati to make it ta pratyaya. Yeah. Kritaha, krita, kritam. Now, what is the karma padam? The karma padam is? Krandanam. So that karma padam now is in karmani prayogaha, the karma padam is pradhanyam. So that is in prathama vibhakti. So krandanam is a napumsakalinga shabda. So that will stay as krandanam. So krandanam and then kritaha krita kritam, that will also be in napumsakalingam ekavachanam, because krandanam is in napumsakalingam ekavachanam. So it will become kritam. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Kanchan,
just one question. So in that sentence, Tena pidita dhenuhu is the karmani part of it, right?
That is the sentence fragment. That is taking, so you don't even, the Tena pidita is describing the dhenu.
Yes.
So that you don't even have to care about until you go and put it back. So then you say, dhenuhu krandanam kritavati, dhenva krandanam kritam. Then uchchaihi is an adverb. You leave it as is. You don't change that. Uchchaihi. Then you say dhenva. Okay, dhenva, dhenuhu. Tasya visheshanam. Tat padasya visheshanani kani. Kritavati we don't care about because that has changed from kartari to karmani. So Kritavati has become kritam. Now it now describes krandanam. But there is another visheshanam for dhenuhu, which is pidita.
That is pidita.
So now dhenuhu is in now tritiya. So pidita also has to be in tritiya. So
Okay.
piditaya. But tena does not change. Okay, that stays as is.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Agrimam vakya. Does that make sense? Vijay Menon Mahodaya? You're looking.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Kachan Mahodaya, Agrimam vakya.
Mहोदय. नृपः आक्रन्दनं श्रुतवान्. So नृपः श्रुतवान्. So नृपेण श्रुतः.
Is atra nripaha kim shrutavan?
Akrandanam.
Akrandanam shrutavan. So what is the karma padam?
Akrandanam.
So you can't leave the karma padam in karmani, no?
No, I was first going that way and then I was going to add
I know.
akrandanam.
I always used to say karta and kriya. But now because you're going to karmani prayoga, your karma is very important. You can't leave the karma.
Okay. Nripena akrandanam shrutam.
Samyak. So now you said it correctly because you saw the karma padam is in napumsakalingam ekavachanam.
No, first I was trying to just go with karta and the kriya. Nripena shrutaha, and then I was going to add nripena akarandanam shrutam.
But then if you do nripena shrutaha, you are confusing me because I think that you think it's pulling up.
No, I'm not going full. I knew you would stop me.
All good. All good. Okay. Vijay Sudra Mahagya, Agrimam Vakyam.
Denum apashyat.
Okay. Atra karta kaha. Who, what is it saying? What is the meaning of this statement? Dhenum apashyat.
A cow was seen.
You went already into karmani prayoga. This is karmani or this is kartari? Is this karmani or kartari?
Karmani.
Kartari. So who is the karta? Who sees? Who saw?
It's not missing. Denum.
So who from the look at this previous sentence. Nripaha akrandanam shrutavan. Dhenum apashyat. So who did it?
Nrupaha.
So the Raja. The Raja saw. Who did the Raja see?
Dhenum.
Good. So we've got our Mula Vakyam. Nripaha dhenum apashyat. Now can you tell me how to say that in Karmani?
Nirupena. Denuhu. Denuhu. Apashyat.
Apashyati. What is the dhatu?
Pash.
Drish.
Sorry. Okay.
Drish.
Adrishyat.
Adrishyata. Because it is Atmanepadi. Adrishyata.
Okay.
Vandate will become Avandata. So Adrishyata. Okay. So Nripena Dhenuhu Adrishyata. Now can you tell me what it is in Ta Pratyaha? With the Ta Pratyaha, Bhuta Kridanta. Nripena Dhenuhu
Kritavan. No. Drishtavan.
Drishta. Because this now, the Ta Pratyaya is the Visheshanam of the Karma Padam. What is the Karma Padam? What is the object?
Denum.
The cow. The cow was seen, right? That is the object. So, the cow is in Strilingam because Dhenuhu is Strilinga Padam. So, apashyat will be Drishyate, Adrishyata. So, Drishtavan. So, you leave the van out and becomes Drishta because Dhenuhu.
Okay.
So, Nripena Dhenuhu Drishta. You can leave the Nripena out now. And it will be just Dhenuhu Drishta. The cow was seen. Avagatam va?
Yeah, Mhoday.
Okay. Manjusha Mahoday, agree.
Dhenum simhaha akarshati.
Ah.
So this one, I will just change it. Simhaha dhenum akarshati. Then it will change to Simhena dhenuhu akarshita.
Samyak.
Is it correct?
Bahu samyak. Simhena dhenuhu akarshita. Can you say what it would be in lat? Lat lakara?
No. But Mahoday, this is akarshati. But is the form akarshita as well?
See, what the problem here is, it is akarshati is in latlakara.
Yeah.
And when you do akarshita, you are putting it as bhuta, bhutakala.
Oh, not the ta pratyaya, right?
You can't use ta pratyaya here because it is not bhutakala. You have to put it in latlakara, karmani.
So that will be akarshati will be akarshyat. I don't know, akarshyate.
Akarshate.
But I don't think
I think, is it akarshate or akrishyate? Is it krish or karsh? That is the question. Krishyate va? Karshati. If we see karsh. Karshati. What is it? Krish. See, you just put it in Ashtadhyayi and it becomes krish.
Okay.
So then bhave karmane, bhave karmano tatra krishyate iti bhavati. Akrishyate iti tatra bhavati. So the thing to watch out for is, we want, now that we've learned ta pratyaya, we want to go put ta pratyaya everywhere. But if it is latlakara, it's not bhutakala. Correct? So you did it beautifully. If it was akarshitavan, if it was simha dhenum akarshitavan, what you said would have been perfect.
Okay.
Right? But here in the story, they've gone and put it in latlakara. So simha.
So
you have to say akrishyate. Okay.
Okay.
Mahodaya, they have to put some masala, no? So they did it. Little bit more exercise.
No, but how do we know it's a lat lakara and not a lang lakara?
Because it is akarshati. It is ending in T.
It is ending in T, not. Yeah, if it was paramay.
I looked only at the starting.
That's what she also did. That's what she also did. That's what even I would have done. But because I have to look at it now properly, I looked at it. That's all. So
what is the answer? You keep it as akarshyate, is it?
Akrishyate. Akrishyate. Simhena dhenuhu akrishyate. Iti bhavati.
Karmani lat.
Karmani lat. Exactly.
Mahoday, we can change the sentence that way.
Meaning?
Or you have to keep it same way.
If it is given to you in latlakara, you better keep it in latlakara. You can't suddenly change it to past tense. Unless they tell you to change it to past tense.
No. Like here it is dhenum asimha akarshati. So do we have to like?
Oh, you can put it in whatever order. You can put it in whatever order. No problem.
You can change it, right?
Yes.
And
because
now,
because when we do homework, if you try to change, sometimes they give us wrong.
You remember, no, the graders are also human only. So they also sometimes make mistakes. So you have to ask, okay, is this really wrong or is it not wrong? You have to check. Sometimes you might be more right. We're all doing our best. Yeah, that's all.
Mahodaya, completing the homework is a big task. And, it takes time to get the graded answer. I mean, then, I have to again go into that and then ask question.
What you can do, if you are not able to, if it's taking a long time to respond to the grader and ask questions, just take a screenshot and put it into the Signal group. You can respond there, no? The teachers will also respond. Because when you respond to the grader, only that one grader will be able to see the comment, I think. I don't think even the rest of the graders will see the comment. I definitely don't go into Google Classroom to check. So if it's there on the Signal group, I'll check. So that way you might get
by the way, yesterday only I submitted one previous Graha Karyam. So
it's okay. Don't worry. Yeah. Everybody is working hard. Even the graders are lagging behind. So it's all good.
One question. So in this same thing, if you lang also karmani lang
So then what will it be? Simhena dhenuhu akrishyate. So tell me what it will be in lang. Langi kim bhavati?
Akarsheta.
Akrishyata.
Akrishyata. Okay.
Akrishyate, akrishyata. Vandyate, vandyata. Avandyata. Sorry.
Because Venu is Strilinga, it will be Akarshita. Is it?
Yes, in Bhuta Kridanta, it will be Akarshita. So, Simhena Dhenuhu Akarshita.
Got it.
That's all. Okay, so now we are running out of time and I want to answer your questions for the Katha, the other Katha. This has got 3 more slides. So we'll do this as part of our revision next class. What was the Katha, the questions that you had in the first Katha? Do you remember
No, I
which
think
slide
in
it
this
was?
story we have got better clarity now.
So is it better? Does it make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think based on this we can do that. Oh, those who have not done, most of them would have done. I have not done. Homework
done.
You'll be surprised. Don't worry, Mahodaya. Don't worry. Everybody is facing trouble with the new year and everybody being home, and nothing is happening at the moment. So don't worry.
No, it's up to us only. It's my problem.
Yeah. No, me also. I haven't done it. Today only I was supposed to do the homework for this week. I just finished it. It was supposed to have been done before. I just finished it. But hopefully it'll be easier. So we'll see. So any questions on ta pratyaya?
Mahodaya, I had that last homework. If you can stay back.
Tell me. Yes, I can. Shall I stop the recording? We'll finish let's say the Shanti Mantram and then I'll stop the recording and we can discuss that. Who was the one who did the Prarthana? Mahodi, can you do the Shanti Mantram also, please?
Mahodaya. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Dhanyavadaha. Recording